Hey there, it's Sonia Miller. Welcome to Rise and Receive. This is an opportunity in your day to stop whatever you're doing and explore how to receive fulfillment in your life by unlearning struggle. So I'm a little bit late because I ran into some technical difficulties, and if you could see what I've jimmy rigged here, you might think it's funny because there's a lot of tape. So if you can hear me and you want to give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm just going to hope that everything is working. So today, what I'm going to focus on is the power of acknowledging your loss. The power of acknowledging your loss. So if you are feeling loss, if you have an awareness that there might be some loss in your life that's been unacknowledged, I invite you to sit back and just listen to what I have to offer today as I unpack this. And specifically, I'm going to talk about loss regarding how it's related and what it has to do with surpassing your limits for greater fulfillment in your life. So if any of that resonates for you, then I think you're going to like what I'm going to unpack today. So if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I mentor ambitious, goal-oriented people to surpass their limits with ease and speed. And one of the main ways that I do this is I teach people how to receive, because receiving is its own distinct and natural skill set. But the thing that I've learned after many years of coaching is that most ambitious, goal-oriented people don't know how to receive. What we know how to do is how to work hard. And so what happens is because we know how to work hard, but we don't know how to receive, we overcompensate with hard work, and then that will only take us so far. That's what actually causes us to hit our upper limit. So I teach you how to get off the hard work treadmill and step onto your path to the things that make you happy, your happily ever after, and in much easier, much faster ways, because you get to tap into the skill set that many of us are missing when we over-rely on the hard work ethic. So one of the ways that I do this is I illuminate blind spots. And as you probably know, a blind spot occurs when your current point of view is hiding an essential insight, like when you're driving a car and you can't see what you need to see. So when you are working hard, you might not be able to see what you need to see in order to stop the hard work and start receiving. So what does loss have to do with this? The blind spot that I want to illuminate today is what I call the fix-it blind spot. And I've talked about this before, but I haven't really talked about it in terms of surpassing your limits. So what tends to happen if you're an ambitious, goal-oriented person is that when you are hitting an upper limit issue, it doesn't matter if your limit is in the realm of relationships, in the realm of wealth, in the realm of job, in the realm of beauty and well-being. You have a goal, you have an aspiration, you want to grow your business. It doesn't matter what it is, right? And you've been working really hard towards it, but then you hit your upper limit. Like, I can only go so far. So when that happens, what we tend to do is we look at it as a problem to fix. I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong, what I haven't figured out yet, so I can fix this upper limit issue and go beyond it. But that actually doesn't work, because what tends to happen is that there is something that is unknown to you about your upper limit issue. In other words, when it comes to your upper limit, the limit itself is that you are at the maximum of what you know with your mind. Because if you could get beyond the upper limit, you would know what to do, right? So it means that you're needing to go beyond what you know into the unknown. Into the unknown. And when we're dealing with the unknown, we tend to feel afraid, insecure, unsafe. We don't know how to connect to our power and our wisdom when we're dealing with the unknown. So there's all of these feelings that arise, and with these feelings, if you try to fix it, they're not going to go away. What we need to do with feelings is we actually need to nurture them, because in the realm of receiving, when you receive your feelings, they can move on through, and then you become open and receptive to the next piece of wisdom that you didn't know about to reveal itself to you. You have to be open and receptive to everything that is here for you in the unknown. So, what does this have to do with loss? Well, when we are pursuing our goals and dreams, one of the things that happens, and we often are unaware of it, is that if we are hitting our upper limit issue, one of the things that can be causing us to get stuck is that there is something that we are losing or are afraid we will lose to become the bigger, better version of ourselves. Or I should say the bigger, more fulfilled, more joyful aspect of ourselves. Okay, that's why we want to go beyond our upper limit. So in order to open up to something more fulfilling, we actually have to let go of something that no longer serves us. Right? So let me give you some examples. I've got some notes here. Let's say you are a single person and you'd like to have a primary relationship with a romantic partner. All right? Now, if you know how to be a single person and that's how you've been living your life, but you don't really know how to be a romantic partner successfully in a fulfilled way, you're going to have to let go of the part of you that's operated in your life as a single person and open up to this unknown realm of what it means to be in a fulfilling, successful, healthy partnership. If, let's say, you are a business owner and you want to grow your business, right? And you want to reach more people. But let's say you've been operating as a solo entrepreneur. Well, as a solo entrepreneur, there's one set of skills. But when you start to become a business owner, you might have to lose that creative control that you had over every little aspect of your business and start delegating. And you're going to have to lose control and learn how to feel powerful when you don't have control in that realm. Okay, so let's say you want more wealth. Let me just see what I wrote here. This is a really important one. I've seen this happen a lot. If you have been in survival mode, let's say around money, or just living from check to check, or feeling like you can never get ahead, well, there's a certain kind of a consciousness and an energy that comes with that, which can be in the realm of survival, which is also feeling like a victim to circumstances or fate. Now, survivors, right, get just enough to get by. But if you want to be into wealth, which is about thriving, then you might have to give up all kinds of belief systems about worthiness and about the nature of the universe and that actually life is abundant and is always offering you kindness. You have to open up to a whole new paradigm. And that can feel scary because you know how to survive, but do you know how to thrive? Do you know how to receive beyond what you've ever known before? That's a completely different reality, okay? And the final example is, let's say, physical wellness and health, right? So let's say you've been grappling with, your body a certain way, aches and pains, and you want to be healthier or more fit, but you really just don't even know where to begin, or you have certain lifestyle habits that you know in your mind are not conducive to the kind of experience of health and well-being that you want, and you need to start taking on new habits. Well, breaking the old habits that feel good and are familiar and replacing them with new ones can be challenging. So you might have to let go of some habits that don't work for you. So these are all examples of a loss that you might not be aware of. So why is acknowledging your loss so powerful? What is the power of loss regarding specifically surpassing your limits? Well, if you feel stuck at an upper limit issue, I invite you to get out a paper and pen and just sit quietly. And when you think about, okay, I have this dream life or this dream goal that I want to reach, what is it that I'm going to have to lose or give up in order to open up to something else, to something more empowering, to something more successful, to something more fulfilling? If you just make a list of the things that you're going to have to give up, that acknowledgement of that then can open the space to receive something new. Because here's what happens. We always have something in that space regarding that's been working for us, that's familiar, that's known, that we might not want to let go of. But if you don't acknowledge it, if you don't become conscious of it, it's going to fill up the space that is just waiting and available for you to receive the next thing. So if you stop, get paper, pen, and just make a list of what is it that I'm going to have to give up? What am I going to have to lose? And that might, if you language it that way, you're going to feel emotions around it. And that's very important because once you acknowledge it intellectually, then you can move into the nurturing. How do I nurture myself in these experiences or these perceptions of what I'm going to have to lose? When you start to focus on nurturing yourself around real or perceived loss, instead of trying to fix the problem so that you can go beyond, because that's really just going to create more resistance. When you start to really nurture the conscious and the unconscious loss that's been there through acknowledging it, it will move the energy. And yes, the loss will need to be honored. There's usually fear, there's usually issues of, will I be safe? Will I know how to do it? So there's issues of the unknown. All of that can come into play. And so that can feel really destabilizing and unsettling. But when you do this work, then your upper limits can dissolve and you really can move into the next level of fulfillment. So that is the power of acknowledging your loss. And so what I wanted to do is show you 2 cards from the Receive Oracle card deck that I pulled today that is part of today's inspiration. So if you don't know me or the cards, this is what they look like. Okay, and each card comes with a piece of receiving wisdom to help you surpass your limits with greater ease and speed by learning how to receive. So this first card is Soothe Your Loss. And there's a mantra or an affirmation that you can practice, which is how you start to nurture the loss. I am willing to receive more love, not less, as I honor my loss. And this other one is Soothe Your Need to Know. So we want to know what we don't know. How do we handle that? Well, again, receiving comes with the power of invitation. I am willing to find safety in the unknown because what I know is limited at best. So I'm going to include links to both of those cards so that you can really get the full teaching on both of those here. And if this is something that speaks to you, I invite you to take a couple easy next steps. Join me at the Receive community that is dedicated to learning how to receive your fulfillment with much greater ease by learning how to receive. It's a incredibly simple, natural skill. It's a 3-step process. Once you learn that, it's an inch wide and a mile deep, and the ripple effects in all areas of your life are so powerful. You can check out all kinds of success stories on my website, so just feel free to check out that or look at some more videos. And if you'd like to start tapping into receiving wisdom right away, go to Amazon.com, look up the Receive Oracle cards, or you can go to ReceiveCardDeck.com and get your own deck and start receiving right away. So I hope this was helpful, and I will see you at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.